Hey, it's Bill McIntosh here, and I've got two things for you today. Number one, I've got some special training that we recorded. It was done with a live audience, and you'll be able to watch along with it. And in it, we're going to talk about the high-ticket affiliate program for ERTC, or the Employee Retention Tax Credit. It's the #1 best high-ticket affiliate program there is, and I'm going to go over how you determine the value of your average deal. That's the first thing. Second thing, we have a couple of seats available in my call center where I can actually have our agents do calling for you to generate ERTC deals. We can hot transfer companies to you who are ready to do these ERTC deals. You run the deal, you keep the commissions for yourself. So we're going to talk about both of those things today. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip over to my screen. We'll go to the recording from the live broadcast. Here we go. And so when I first started working with Brian to do this, I dabbled around, experimented with a couple of different ways to get deals, and I landed on one that is really working well for me, and that's cold calling. Okay, so we're getting lists of businesses, we're just straight up calling them. We call them, we find out who the decision maker is, who is in charge of. It's usually either if it's a small enough business, it's usually the owner. If it's a little bit of a bigger business, it's sometimes an accounting or a human resources person that can also, or an office manager who is the person that we need to talk to. We quickly find out who the decision maker is and we begin working with them. And cold calling for us has been amazing. We have submitted hundreds, and actually I don't know, we're approaching, we're over 1,000 deals now that we have submitted, to give you some idea of how many deals generated from this activity. And my early results, we started dabbling with this and experimenting with it. And I had a team of 10 people in the call center doing outbound calling. And it was so successful that we blew it up in a good way. And we now have 60 people working on doing nothing but doing outbound calling. That's how big of an opportunity I looked at this. And let me tell you, it is quite something managing a team of 60 outbound callers. It's, you hear that thing about herding cats, right? That's very much what it's like. So, but that's what I am doing. And one of the things that I realized is it was the quickest, most direct way to get in touch with a company was to just call them, okay? And, I recognize that's not always the most comfortable thing. Some people are good at that. Some people are like, cold calling. I don't ever want to do that, right? And in a little bit, I'll talk about how you can get my help doing cold calling. So we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. You can get my help on doing that. But that is what I have found to be most successful. So there's two things I want to share with you. Well, three things I'm going to share with you today. One was my most successful way of getting deals, and that is cold calling. Two, I want to tell you my most successful thing for making money, right? So it's one thing to get in touch with the business and get them on the phone. It's a whole other thing to make sure that deal actually comes out at the end and turns into a done deal and you get paid. And that was something that Brian talked about just a minute ago, which is helping to get the docs. And I really can't stress that enough. And I know both of these things don't necessarily sound super exciting, right? Like doing cold calling, probably not super exciting, but it gets money. And that's what we're here for. Two, we work alongside Brian's team to help get the business to get the docs. And Brian talked about how this is so valuable that he's going to even bump up your commission when you do that. I think you have 7 days to help the business get the docs in, and you get a nice bump in commission, right? So I'm sure him and his team will explain more about how all of that works. Brian said he's going to do a future training session and get into that a lot more. But that's something that I found that once I got involved with helping that business understand the documents they need and help get them to submit them, and try to push them to get it done quickly, that was the thing that really unlocked the money. And because what happens, you're talking to business owners or really busy executives who have a lot going on. And, even though we're trying to give them, quote unquote, free money, right? We have hundreds of thousands, sometimes $1 million that we can just literally get the government to give them. They are so caught up in their day-to-day activities of running their business, and many of them are struggling right now, that they drop the ball. right? They don't follow through. They don't, you know, either they don't understand maybe what's needed and then they just disappear, or they get busy and they disappear, or heck, I've even had one of our deals. The person had like $358,000 coming to him, and he got all the way through the whole thing. We were just about at the end, and he says, well, I'm going on vacation, so I'll get back in touch with you in 3 weeks, right? So it's really interesting how even though you and I look at this and go, how much money that we're going to help them get for free, it's not always a top priority. So sometimes it takes a little bit of nudging, a little bit of follow-up, repetition, and get the documents through that are needed, okay? So that's the other key that has really, really helped me. The third thing I want to share with you is the idea of scaling, okay? So some of you might be doing this. Maybe you have just started. There's probably a few of you who has just kind of started doing this. Give me a yes in the chat if you have just gotten started. You haven't really done a lot with this yet, okay? Okay, cool. Okay, good. Lots of yeses. Okay, lots of new people. Okay, good. That's enough on that one. And then let me know if any of you guys have actually started putting deals in yet. Maybe you're kind of along the path. Say you're a vet, all right? So you're a veteran. Put veteran in the chat if you've actually submitted some deals. If you've gotten some companies to sign up under you and they're going through that process, okay? And just put vet in there. Okay, good. Okay, we got some vets here as well. Vets here as well. Good. Well, very early on, when I first started doing this, and I started to see that this was going to be highly profitable, the way my mind works is I want to scale. Okay, I don't want to. I mean, this is so profitable, you know, and we have basically 2 years of a window of 2 years to get as much money in the door as possible. So I want to scale. Right? I want to ramp up and get bigger and bigger and bigger and have as many deals as I possibly can. Okay, there are a lot of ways to do that. I can hire more telemarketers to be doing the telemarketing for me. I could invest in ads, right? I could invest in technology and in other things to help do more promotion, get more businesses to be signing up with me. There's a lot of things that we could do. Most of those things cost money. So what you have to do is you have to know your numbers. You have to know exactly every single time you generate a new business lead, how much is that worth? And that's what unlocks scaling, meaning you can ramp up and grow your business to a whole other level, okay? And so what I'd like to do, I want to do a little exercise with you. I'll pull it up on the screen, and then we're going to go through. You know what, I'm going to do it I'm just going to pull up an Excel spreadsheet, and we're going to do some math together. Exciting, right? We get to do some math. But I want to show you why this really simple math is the key that unlocks this is a business for you, okay? Rather than it being just a little side thing, if you really want to go big and you want to start getting deals submitted and start getting commission, you got to know your numbers so you can see how much is a deal worth, right, when you generate a lead. So let's do that. Does that sound good to you? By the way, you guys want to see the math of how much a lead is worth, how much an average deal is worth, and I'll share some actual numbers from my results so you can kind of see what an average deal kind of looks like in what the math is. Good. Okay, good. All right, I just want to make sure I'm not going to bore you to death with the math. So, okay, here, I am going to turn my camera off then, and I'm going to just work on the screen here. So just give me a second. Let me turn that off. Cool, okay. There's Excel. You guys see the exciting Excel spreadsheet on your windows? Let me know if you see Excel. Is Excel in there? Yep. Okay, good. Cool. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to break this down. We're going to run some average numbers. So the first thing we want to talk about, deals generated. And that'll be our first column. And so what I mean by that is that's a business we've submitted and is going through the process. Okay, that is a deal submitted. And I'm going to say in this case, for this math, to make it simple, we're going to start out assuming you put 10 deals into the system. Okay? Now, something that happens it just goes with this. Some of the deals you submit are unqualified. That just happens, right? You might submit a deal, and for all kinds of different reasons, they're not qualified to get the money. And for me, I'm going to say on average about 2 out of 10 deals. And this is based on me submitting, over 1,000 deals now. So I've got a pretty good view of an average view of what we're doing. And here we'll put a -2 there. Okay. And then the next thing that happens sometimes they disappear. Okay? And so it just happens. Does this ever happen to anybody here, by the way? You get in touch with a company, they're very excited, and then they just sort of disappear. It just happens. It just kind of goes with the territory, right? So we got to work those into our numbers. Okay? So then we're going to call this one finished deals. We're going to do a quick little calculation here. Okay? So I'm going to go, I'll just do this. So this will be, we're going to take, and let's see, we'll do a sum. I think the sum is going to work. There we go. So we got 6 deals, right? We started with 10. We lost 2 because they were not qualified. We lost 2 more because they evaporated. They disappeared on us. And then we ended up with 6 deals. Make sense? Now, what we want to do here is start to run some numbers, start to figure out some math, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do is we're going to say dollars per employee. So and I'm going to tell you on average, for me, what I'm seeing is about $6,000 per employee. Oops, not $6, $6,000 per employee is roughly what we're getting, okay? And this is all over the map because employees, they have employees of all different sizes. Some employees have got to pay high. Some employees are paid minimum wage. Some employees only work for half a year. There's all kinds of variables, but on average, I'm seeing about $6,000 per employee. The next thing I'm seeing is I'm seeing an average, okay? So this is just a random average of about 22 employees on the average company, okay? And sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 50, 60. It's random all over the place. But on average, I'm going to average it out to about 22 employees, okay? And I see a question here about the dollars per employee. Right, and I explained that a little bit, but I want to just touch back on this. I know the government will pay up to $26,000 per employee. That is what they will pay up to, okay? And it's based upon the wages paid to each employee and some other factors, right? Just to make it simple. So if it's a minimum wage employee, they're going to get less for that. If it's an employee who is highly paid, they will get the $26,000. Some employees didn't work the entire year through all of the quarters of the year, right? So and they may not have quite as much payroll paid in. So it does vary. So it's sometimes it's more, sometimes it's 26,000, sometimes it's 4,000. But for a good safe average is about $6,000. Okay. But yeah, they can get up to $26,000 per employee. But this is what I find on average after all the factors are figured out as to what it ends up being. Okay. Cool. So what does that actually work out to be? So let's see here. Call this dollars per company. Okay. So we're going to do some math. So what we're going to do is we're going to take $6,000 times number of employees, and there we go. $132,000 per average deal. Then, also too, I don't know if Brian is still in the background or if he's off somewhere, but If you are out there, Brian, how does that?
I'm here, Bill. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm here.
So far, how does my math line up to what you see behind the scenes?
I think it's. Hang on, let me. Before I'm listening to you. Yes. 2 deals generated, 2 unqualified. Yeah, because not everybody's going to be qualified. 2 disappeared. I think 6 is a pretty fair number. Usually it might be 3 unqualified and 1 disappeared if I had to. It would, but at the net, out of 10, 6 is a pretty reasonable number. Using 6,000 an employee is probably conservative, which I would prefer to do anyway. So I think that's good. And I think our average is 21 or 22. So yeah, this is pretty spot on. Our average deal size, though, on line 8 is more like 157 for whatever reason. Our average across all the deals is about 157,000.
Okay, good. So I'm kind of a little bit on the.
You're on the low end, which is probably better, right?
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that makes me feel good. So this should give everybody a good understanding, right? These are some of the basic numbers, but the magic comes in just a minute. Okay. So is this making sense to everybody? So you can kind of see what we're doing here. We can see how much per company on average, and my numbers are low. So Brian's saying it's, the average numbers across the whole company are a little higher. So good. Awesome. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is we now want to calculate, right? What is the average amount of money that we're going to make for the number of deals we generate, the leads, the leads in the front, the deals generated on the front. We want to figure out how much can we spend in advertising and employees and outsourcers and other expenses to generate a deal on average. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to do one more here. This is our total dollars generated from these 10 deals, okay? So we're going to do some more math, and we're going to take the 132,000, and we're going to times it by 6. Okay. So let's see, did that work out? Yeah, that worked out just fine. So now you can see, here, let's do this. I'm going to do this a little bit differently, so let's clear these out. Let's focus on one company. So we take this one company, and then let's talk about how much the fees are, okay? Oops. And Brian, maybe some feedback from you here too to see how if this seems good to you. And I think the average fees are about 20%.
Yeah, so a blended average, Bill, I think. So we're between 18 and 30. I would say 20% is a good blended average.
Okay.
Because some people pay up front, some people defer and pay more. 20 is probably, once again, a good conservative blend.
Cool. Okay, good. So that's about the average fees that that a company is paying. So the average fee per company, we're going to do some math again. So we're going to say 132,000 times 20%. This means that this is the fees collected, 26,400. And then I'm going to say again the average. So if you're doing what I do, which is helping the businesses get their docs submitted, you're going to make more commission. And I highly recommend you do that. If you can learn a little bit more about the docs process and help make that happen within 7 days, you get paid a higher commission. And I'm going to say that you're going to earn about 20% on average if you do that. Sometimes you might get a little less, sometimes you might get more, but just to get a nice average. Cool. So in your pocket, this is probably the number that you really want to know. In your pocket, we're going to take the fees times the commission. That means in your pocket is $5,280 commission on average per completed finished deals. That makes
Bill,
sense.
do this as well. Let's go even more conservative. What if they didn't help at all? They did nothing to help get the docs. All they did is pass the lead over. In that case, on that example, it'd still be 2,640, right?
Yeah. So it'd be how much? What would be the percentage?
Yeah. So it'd be 10%. It'd be 10%. The absolute worst case.
Okay. So there you go. 2,640 would be that would be.
So 2,600. And you could do these all day long. Like I do a dozen, maybe 15 on a given day. You guys could do these all day long, although the real money is in what Bill just showed you. Bill's giving you the recipe to crack the pay plan.
Yeah, I recommend definitely, anything you can do, and that's something too that I'm sure Brian can in the training and in future sessions can help you guys learn a little bit more about too, of how to do the follow-up to help with the docs come in. Okay, and this can be as simple as you just telling them as you talk to them, you tell them, hey, it's really important you get your docs in quickly. There's a lot of companies submitting. Get your docs in quickly so we can find out exactly how much money you're owed, because it's probably going to be a lot, right? But so hurry up. Just if you can even encourage them to hurry, get those docs in. Even doing that helps. But there's a lot of things you can do to get those docs in. Okay. So now the final magic number, and this is the one that is really, really, really important. And this is how much money per, we use quotes here, per deal, okay? Because remember, we started by putting 10 in at the top, okay? And in any business, if you're going to learn how to scale it, you need to learn how much money you're making per lead you're putting in the top. So let's figure that out. And to do that, we're going to do some math again. Oops. Up here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the commission per company. We're going to multiply it by 6 because we got 6 deals finished, right? Here, let's do this. This is, I'm going to change that. That's your total commission for all of this, okay? And so now we're going to do dollars per deal, okay? So you've made $31,680 through this whole activity from 6 finished deals. But we started out by submitting 10, right? So now we can take our total amount of money and divide it by 10. So we now know that we make $3,168 for every deal we put in the top. Does that make sense? So every single time you put a deal in this machine, right? I kind of look at it like a machine, right? So you put a deal in the machine on one side and it goes through all of the processes, right? Finds out if they're qualified, finds out if, if they make it through the other side, docs get collected, and pop, out the other side of the machine comes the money. And you now know with some prediction that $3,168 is going to come out of that machine every time you put a deal in the top. Make sense? This is the math I did. This is the exact same math that I did for my business. And when I saw that, I'm like, wow. So now that means I can invest up to $3,168 for every deal I put in the machine and break even, right? So if I can get it for less, so what if I could get it for $1,000? What if I could put a deal in the top for $1,000? Well, I'm going to triple my money. Every dollar I put in the top, three times that amount is coming out the other side, right? So what if I can get it for less than $1,000? And you start to do the math on how much profit you're going to make and how you can leverage how many deals you want to jam in the front of that machine to get all the money out the back of the machine. And you can now think clearly and logically about what you're going to do to grow your business. So that's the math I did. And when I ran these numbers, that's when I immediately put 10 people on the phone. Boom, all calling. They're all on the phone calling, getting deals, putting them in the machine. And then we scale up. We got to 20 agents on the phone, calling, jamming the things full of deals. And then Brian convinced me to do something. This is This was, I think it was about 3 months ago, approximately. We were on a phone call. I told him what I was doing, and he says, you should be offering this to other agents. You should let other agents have access to your phone room so that they can get this too. And so I'd like to talk about that. Would you guys like to learn how you can have my agents do calling for you? Give me that 777 in the chat if you'd like to learn how you can get my agents to do the calling for you. Okay, good. Good. All right, got a bit of interest in that. Wow. Okay, someone put like 1,000,000 sevens in the chat. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So I will talk about that. Now, do realize, I'm going to provide access. I'm going to open up access in a couple of minutes to where you guys can actually get my agents to do some of the calling for you. But do realize that, I have costs on that myself, right? I have to spend money to hire them, train them, and then also we have supervisors. That's the other thing, that these calling agents require a lot of supervision, okay? That otherwise you don't know what they're going to do when they're telemarketers calling out. They'll say all kinds of things if you don't have people supervising them. So they're monitoring all their phone calls. They're checking are they following the script? How are their communication skills? And so, for every team, we break our groups into teams of 10. So for every 10 agents, we have 2 to 3 supervisors per 10 outbound callers. And all they do is listen to calls, make sure they're following the script, make sure they're following instructions and doing a good job. So 2 to 3 per 10 agents are just to supervise them. So anyway, I've got a lot of infrastructure and cost that goes into that, but I will, we have something where I'm going to open that up so you can have a chance to do that. And that's all thanks to Brian, right? I was hogging the team, and I just was going to have my own team. I had 20 agents. We were just going to do nothing but calling for my stuff. So then Brian convinced me to come on a session about 3 months ago. Oh my God, so many people signed up. We oversold. Like, I had so many people signing up to get deals from my team, and we didn't have enough agents. That's why I now have 60 agents. So we scaled up. We doubled it in size, then increased some more, and we're now at the point where we got 60 people in the team doing this outbound, and it's all to support people like you in Brian's program that want help on doing outbound calling. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and I have 2 options available. Now, last time I only meant to sell a little bit, and we oversold. And I made the mistake of not shutting down the cart fast enough. Like, I literally should have, within 10 minutes of opening them up, I should have shut the cart down and not taken any more deals. This time I won't make that same mistake. So I don't want to oversell. I don't want to make it so that we have more deals than my team can deliver. So we have a limited number of them that we can offer. And it's not some sort of weird fake scarcity or trying to get people to hurry up and buy. It's the honest to God's truth is that we have a limited number of people on the phone. Like, they can only call and deliver so many deals. And Brian, is that you out there?
Oh, sorry. I thought I had muted. My apologies. Yeah, I was coughing a little bit there. Apologies.
Okay. Yeah. So, but boy, you really, when we did this the first time, it was nuts. Like, how many people jumped in on this?
Yeah. The reason this is only the second time we've ever done it, you guys, and the first time our number 1 or number 2 overall agent out of 5,000 or 6,000, I don't even know the number. Number 1 guy is probably the biggest consumer of this service from Bill. He's a guy in New York. He's married. He's got a full-time day job. He literally just teased the deal up and next and next and next. And he won. We had a bunch of sales contests in November and December, 5 different contests. He won 4 out of 5. Honestly, I asked Bill to come back and do this because this guy, Scott, and I'll get Scott to come on, you guys, sometime and talk, because he's been an agent a while. He's been like 17, 18 months. It's just a no-brainer. I'm never going to do cold calling. I know I'm not going to do cold calling, but it doesn't mean I can't benefit from the service. And that's the genius of the model. But to Bill's point, we screwed up last time. I pushed Bill hard and told him to take everybody. I said I wanted everybody to have it because on a selfish side, I wanted everybody to get all these deals. The truth is, there are way more of you on this call than Bill would ever have capacity to help. Everybody. So if this connects with you, if this concept makes sense the way it did for Scott, myself, and others, then great. But just know that even on this call, it will likely run out based on Bill. I don't even know how many spots you've identified that you guys can do, but you can't take 910 people on this call.
No. Yeah, I know last time we sold almost 1,200 deals like in 10 minutes. So I definitely can't do that. I think we're down to about 600 that we have open that I have capacity to offer. So yeah, and there's even if all of you here bought one deal, we wouldn't be able to fulfill it. So anyway, so yeah. Point is, if this is something that sounds exciting to you, you'll want to jump in. I'm going to be giving out the link in a minute. We'll let some of you in to have my agents do the calling and set you up with deals. Okay. And should I just explain how it works and then release the link? I guess that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
absolutely. And then take questions. I have to jump in a meeting with one of the accountants, but okay. Vanessa's here and in the background. She runs the whole show, you guys, operationally. So she's going to be here when I have to step away, but I'm going to tell you this right now. This is literally the easiest thing ever because you're not doing any of the work, which is what I liked about it. And I know it's what Scott liked about it. Because if you told me, Bill, you were going to give me the system on how to do this, I might have signed up, but I probably wouldn't have done the work, truthfully.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the thing I realized is I could teach everyone exactly how to do the cold calling, but the reality is that 99% of the people are not interested or don't want to do the cold calling themselves. So I think this is a good alternative. All right,
okay. Cool. Well, yeah, let's do it.
All right, well, I'll pull up the screen in a second. The screen currently shows how many deals we have available, but I want to explain a couple of things because there are some options, right? So there are several options you'll see on the page. Now, one of the options is to either buy a monthly pack where you can sign up and you'll get that many deals each and every month and it automatically renews, right? So you can buy, say, a pack of 5 deals that will renew. You can buy a pack of 25 deals that will automatically renew month after month. I highly recommend you do that because that's the only way I can guarantee that you can have deals next month, right? So we'll fulfill the first 30 days, and then likely we will be sold out, and I won't be able to allow anybody else to buy deals. I think the only people that are going to continue to be able to get ongoing deals from us are those who sign up for a monthly package. It's an option. Some of you may not want to sign up for a monthly package. And by the way, you can cancel. You don't have to, you're not locked in. You can cancel at any time, but I highly suggest you sign up for a monthly package because that locks your spot in for the future so that when we're sold out, you have your guaranteed slot and you'll always get those leads month after month. You do have the option to do a one-time where you can just buy a pack of deals. You'll see on the page when you scroll down down towards lower down in the page, you'll have an option to buy one-time deals if you don't have to buy a pack. Okay, so that's decision one. Is do you want the monthly? So then you have a guaranteed flow of leads and you're locked in. You won't lose your spot and you'll be able to keep getting leads. Or you can go for the one-time deal. Which makes the most sense to you guys, by the way? Would you rather have the monthly where you're locked in and you're getting a steady flow of leads ongoing, or the one-time? I'm curious. Okay, good. Okay, lots of people saying monthly. Okay, good. Yeah, that to me, that makes the most sense if I were on the other end of this. But there's some people looking for one times, but it seems like monthly is like by far. And that makes sense because that means that your spot is locked in, and then you won't have a chance to miss out in future months. It's been 3 months since I've been able to offer this again. Like the first time we sold out, I have not been able to let anybody else buy deals for 3 full months. So, and I suspect it'll be the same thing. So those of you who do get in monthly, you will be able to hold your spot. Okay, the next option that you'll see on the screen is you have an option to team up and partner with me. Okay, so there's 2 options. One is you just straight up buy the deals for me. Okay, and my team goes to work, they jump on the phone, they do all the work, and they generate the deal for you. Now check this out. When they generate a deal, it's a live person. So they are on the phone with they found out who the decision maker is. They've got that person on the phone. They've told the person about the basics of how the ERTC program works. The person says, yes, I want to find out how much I'm owed and I'm interested in this. And at that moment, the agent calls you. They'll call you directly on your phone and say, I've got a live lead for you right now. And it's a hot phone transfer. This is not like you just get a lead in your email, okay, and maybe you follow up with them later. This is like you'll have a hot prospect on the phone ready to go. All you have to do is collect their information, submit them, and start moving on with your deal. Okay, that is just a hot phone transfer. Now, if you can't answer the phone or you don't want to, that's okay. We will then follow up. We will text you and email you the lead immediately. So like in real time, live, phone rings, it's your deal. If you can't answer the phone, we text you, we email you, and you get the data. Now, I highly recommend you follow up with these leads fast, okay? So don't let them get cold because they go cold quickly. So follow up fast. If you're not able to answer the phone or you don't want to, just make sure that that deal gets submitted and you get back in touch with that business and keep them moving and do it quickly, okay? So that's how it works. So you're going to get a live phone transfer, a text message, an email, and that's how these deals come through. And we guarantee that the person understands the basics of ERTC, that our agent told them about how the program works. We guarantee that they have a minimum of 5 employees, so not counting the business owner and their family. So 5 eligible employees minimum is the guarantee. And they're ready to go. And then we transfer them to you. And that's how it works. So what I'll do now is let's put the link out here. I'm going to pop the link into the chat. I'm just going to send it to everyone. I'll put it there. And I'll put it here. Cool. And here, let me show you the page and explain to you some of the other stuff here. Okay. These are 100% guaranteed pre-sold deals. So each deal will be pre-sold and ready to start the ERTC claims process, or we'll replace it for free. And here, I'm going to come off camera and we'll just go here. Now, so what that means is if you get a deal and they don't meet the requirements that we specify on this page, then you can get a replacement. We will replace the lead. Any lead you get that doesn't match what I'm promising you here, we will, no questions asked, replace it, okay? So you'll see here in the guarantee, if any deal we send you is not valid, we will replace it for you 100% free. This removes all risk to you and places it on us to generate only high-quality deals for you. Each ERTC deal we send to you will have been educated on the basics of ERTC process, will have at least 5 W-2 employees, and will have said yes to finding out how much they're owed, okay? So we will replace any lead, any deal that we send you that doesn't meet our minimum requirements, okay? Cool. Now, the other thing I want to tell you about is this, okay? So there is a partnership offer. So you can either buy the deals and they're 100% yours. You buy the deal, it's your deal, you do whatever you want with it. You can submit it, you keep 100% of the commission, okay? That's the buy a deal program. Optionally, if you want to split it with me, we'll split the cost 50-50. I'll give you half off, so you and I are splitting the cost 50-50, but you have to split the commission with me 50-50, okay? And once you get in, we'll explain to you how that works and how we track it, but that's how it works. You buy the deal, you get half off, but you have to share half of the commission with me on every deal, okay? So that is an option. Now, to do that, the instructions are right here. You'll need to use this coupon code, TEAMBILL, okay? Coupon code TEAMBILL at checkout, and that will get you the 50% discount. And you will, again, you have to share your commissions with me. I'm cutting the cost. We're splitting the cost to generate the deal. If you're willing to do that, then, you know, we'll split on the profits. Sound fair? All right. And so then you can come down here and you'll see the options. We've got buy a deal monthly. We've got 25, 12, and 5 packs. Okay. So when we go over here, let's say you choose a 5-pack. Well, you go to add to cart. And then you'll see the checkout form here. Okay. Now, what you want to do, if you want the special deal, you put the coupon code in here, TEAMBILL. Make sure you click apply coupon. Okay. Otherwise, it will not work. And you'll see here that discount has now been applied. Okay. And then you check out, and then our team will be reaching out to you. So we're going to be calling you. We'll be emailing you. We'll be getting directly in touch with you to get you set up and get you onboarded so you can get these deals from us. Okay. So, so that's how it works. So right now, you can see here the basic math is $239 per deal, depending on which package you pick. Okay, or half of that if you choose the buy a deal or the TEAMBILL coupon code. Okay. So $239 per live transferred deal ready to go, that with those minimum requirements and with our replacement guarantee. So if you get a lead that doesn't meet the minimum requirements, we replace it for free. So I want you to think about for a moment, we come back to the spreadsheet. So when you look at your average dollars per deal, $3,168. So for $239, you get a deal that could potentially return you $3,168. Because remember, that's the dollars for every average dollars for every deal you generate. So if out of all the deals that you get from me, if some of them are not qualified, some of them disappear, and only just about half of the deals go through, you still would make $3,168 on average in commission paid to you for a $239 investment. Not a bad return on investment, right? So what's the math on that actually? So here I'll pull up a calculator. So let's do some other math. So we have $3,168 and we divide it by $239. That's a 13 times return on investment. For every dollar you put in, 13 back. Not bad. I don't know. Maybe some crazy crypto coin might get you a return like that. Maybe. But I don't know anywhere else you can invest, you know, into something like this and get a return quite like that. Okay, cool. And then let's see then, I'm going to pull this back over here. I know that I'm having a hard time keeping up with questions, but let me take a look here. Cool. So questioning about the prices. So again, it's $239 per deal. Okay. And you'll always see when you go to the checkout page what the price is. Okay. The price that you're paying is right there. All right. And these are the monthly deals. Again, I highly recommend you take the monthly deals to lock your spot in for a consistent flow of deals in the future. Otherwise, scroll down and you can buy one-time deals where they don't renew. Now, our monthly deals are cancelable. So if you want to cancel, you can just reach out, get Just get ahead. Don't do it like the day before your subscription renews, but just give us some notice ahead of time. Let us know you want to cancel, and we can cancel the deal. But this guarantees your spot. It stays locked in into the future. Otherwise, the one-time deals, and they're all the same price. So you don't say getting a one-time deal is the same cost as going with monthly. And then we have the coupon code. So if you use coupon code TEAMBILL, that means that we're splitting everything. You and I are splitting everything. You get half off, so we're going to split the cost, and you split the commission with me. So I get half of your commission. Now, I see questions about if they start on a monthly deal, can they upgrade later? So if they buy a 5-pack monthly, can they upgrade to 12 or 25 in the future? And the answer is maybe. If we have slots available, you can upgrade. But we have not had available slots for 3 months. So I can't promise you that you can upgrade, okay? I would suggest you get in on the largest package you can. It'll be easier to downgrade than it will be to upgrade, just because I know the nature of how this is going. I'm sure we will sell out again on this call, and then I can't promise that you can upgrade because I might not have slots available to you. But if you buy the biggest pack you can today, you can downgrade. That's not a problem. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I can see people asking about wanting some additional training on all of this. And that's something I'll talk to Brian about and see. And then David's asking for, if we do the team bill offer where we split the cost and split the commission, how does that work? So everything works the same. So we generate the deal, we hot transfer it to you on the phone, and then it's like a baton. Like imagine we're running a marathon together. I'm handing you the baton, and now you run with it. So then you work with that company to help get the docs collected and help make the deal go through. So you're the point of contact working with Brian's team, working with the company. You get the deal to go through. I've handed the baton to you, and off you go. And then at the end, when the commission comes in, you and I split it right down the middle. And that's how the team bill deal works. If you just buy this with no, you just go and buy the deals, you don't use the team bill coupon, then it's your deal. You do whatever you want with it. So you can keep it, do it, follow up as quickly or as long as you want, do whatever you want. You keep all the commission. I have nothing to do with it. Once I hand you the deal, it's yours, okay? But if you use this team bill coupon code, then we're partnered 50-50. But you do the follow-up, okay? Cool. George is asking, why would we do this, right? So why on earth am I not just doing all these deals myself? And there's 2 reasons for that. One, I'm doing it. Brian came to me and asked a favor. Right? He wanted me to do this for you guys. So Brian and I go way back, so that's part of it. But there is some self-interest here. When I do this with you, it enables me to scale faster, right? So rather than me just having my team of 20 agents, we now have 60 because I'm doing this. I've got 60 agents in the call center doing outbound dialing because I'm able to scale bigger when I team up with you, right? So I can use, it's like leverage, right? So by you working side by side with me, I can budget more to put more agents in the seats faster and grow my call center faster. My target, I want to have 100 agents in the seats. That's what I'm trying to target right now. So I'm going gangbusters on this. The very first time I offered this was mostly as a favor to Brian. Now I'm excited. I want to scale my call center up. I want 100 agents in the seats. And by working with you, it helps me to grow my call center. Okay, cool. Sony's asking, where do we find companies to contact? Well, if you're doing this deal with me, you don't have to, right? So if you decide to work with me on this deal, you don't have to find any companies. We find the companies. That's the beauty of it. We go out, we find the companies, we call the companies, we get them excited and interested in ERTC, then we transfer them to you, okay? Cool, cool. Awesome. I see a few people excited. Joe is talking about wanting to come back. So, Joe, I don't think I'll have any deals left for you, unfortunately. At the pace they're going right now, I don't think so. Here, let me look real fast. Let me just check to see how we're looking. And I can give you a better idea. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Let me just get in here and take a peek. Yeah, I don't know that I can. I can't. I think we're going to be sold out after we're done today. So, as far as coming back later, Joe, I'm sorry. I think we're going to be sold out. But hey, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself with us here today. And also, someone's asking what's the smallest deal we can take, and that would be your 5 monthly, or 5. So whether you take 5 monthly or 5 one time. That's going to be the smallest deal that you can take with our current offer. All right. James says, no brainer. I just bought. Awesome. Thanks, James. So for James and everyone else who jumped in, the team is going to be calling you. We have an onboarding process that we go through we got to find out, what number do you want the agents to call? Do you want email leads? Do you want text leads? She'll get you all grooved in on how this whole process works. We'll call you up and get in touch and get you sorted out. Okay, cool. So James is asking a little bit more details about this. So if you take a monthly plan, how does the billing work? So it depends on the plan you take. So let's say, for example, the 5-pack. So let's go add to cart. And you can see it tells you right here on the top. So it's going to charge you for 5 deals times $239 per deal for the month. So you'll get charged today that amount. And then in 30 days time from now, it will automatically rebill at the same price that you get in today. And then your next pack of 5 is ordered and put in the system. That's how that will work. Okay. And you'll see the dollar amount on the top of the order fee when you go to checkout. It'll tell you exactly how much it is. And the recurring monthly deals, you'll pay once now, and then in 30 days, it will automatically rebill, and you'll get the next order. Okay. Okay. So somebody's asking more about the Team Bill discount coupon right here. Okay. So if you use this coupon code, Team Bill, it gives you half off. So you and I split the cost right down the middle. You pay half the price to get your deals, but then you have to share half the commission with me, right? So if you just copy that coupon code, if we head on over here, down here on coupon code, you put it in there, we'll paste it in there, hit apply coupon, right? And it'll tell you how much your price is right there, right? So in this case, it's $597.50 per month for the monthly package of deals under the Team Bill at this level. Okay? And on all these, same thing. You can go in here, we go to 25-pack, we can do the same thing. We can put in our Team Bill coupon code, and it will tell you what your price is after the discount. Okay? Cool. Let's see. Okay, again, another Matthias is asking for a wait list. I don't currently have a wait list, but it's a good suggestion. I do know we will sell out now, and then whenever I have slots available again, I'll try to reach out to you guys again. But I don't know. That might not be for months from now, unfortunately. Okay. How many deals do you get a month? So right now we're generating about 1,000 deals a month that I can let people in on. So let's see. Let's see. So Reginald's asking a little bit more about commission when you do deals like this through me. So you'll get the standard commission that you whatever arrangement you have with Brian and his company and his team, you get that commission, okay? And if you buy the deal outright, you keep all that commission, 100% of the commission. If you team up with me, you and I split it 50-50. And Brian's going to do a future training session with you and go over a lot more details about the commission and how you make more commission. But it varies between 10% and I think it's 20. You know, I'm not part of Brian's company, you know, so I'm not speaking for them, but I think it's 25% is the maximum you can get. And I think that's if you get, I think that's if you help the documents come in within 7 days. But again, that's just I'm not on Brian's team, so don't take that as the absolute certainty of it. I think that's how it works. Okay. So both Karen and Annette are asking, can they get in on the team bill half off deal and then switch it later? Yes, you can do that. You'll have to reach out to support and talk to them, and you can buy in at the team bill 50-50 deal where you and I split commissions, we split expenses, and then later, if you decide you want to upgrade or stop using the team bill discount, you can. You can upgrade into the full price package. The one thing I can't promise you is that you could upgrade from a 5-pack to like a 25, right? So you can stay at a 5-pack and switch from the team bill discount up to full price. That's no problem. But what I can't promise is that you'll be able to flip from a 5 to a 12 or to a 25, just because of the number of deals I have available to offer. Okay. All right. So. I have a few people asking about the link. Does everybody have the link, by the way? Anybody need the link again? I saw Brian asking about it and a few other people. So if anybody needs the link, just let us know. I'll pop it back out to everybody. Okay, cool. Excuse me, I'm having a hard time keeping up with all of the chat here. Okay, so it looks like Ernest is looking for that link. Cool. Oh, I just lost the screen. Tons of questions. So forgive me if I've missed your question. I'm having a hard time keeping up. There's a lot of people here, a lot of activity in the chat. I'm trying my best to keep up. Okay. Edward's asking, what if we don't get all the leads in 1 month? Like, what if my team isn't able to give you all of your leads? What happens? Well, first of all, I'm sure they will. Okay, that's part of why I'm talking about selling out and not offering any more deals, because I don't want to oversell. I'm not going to oversell and not be able to deliver. So you should get all of your deals in them. If you buy a monthly pack, you will get all of your deals. If for some reason you don't get all your deals, we'll roll them over into the next month. Okay, I don't see any reason that would ever happen. But let's say you buy a 25 pack and we only get you 20 leads your first month. Well, then we'll roll 5 extra leads over into your next month. Okay, but I don't see that ever happening. Okay, just period. If you buy it, we're going to deliver it. Okay, that's why I'm not overselling. We're not going to take too many orders, because I want to be able to live up to what I promise. Okay. Okay. So David, David, yes. So it looks like your credit card is declining, but you just want to call your bank and sort things out. Anybody else here have that issue where you're trying to get a deal to go through, but you're having a credit card decline, or maybe you have to call your bank and transfer funds around? Anybody like that having an issue where you're in, like you've decided this is, I want this, I'm going to get these deals, but you can't get your card to go through? Maybe you need to talk to your spouse or whatever and need to clear it with them. You know, just let them know that you need to go through. How many other people have issues like that besides David? Let me know if anybody else is in that boat. Okay, so Steven's having an issue. Russell, Clayton, John. Okay, So for those of you who are having that problem, do me a favor. Put your phone number in the chat. Just put your phone number in the chat right now, and then I will have someone on my team follow up with you. So, because we are going to wrap up here in a couple of minutes. We're going to be closing down and wrapping up, and I don't want you to get locked out, okay? Because I'm sure that we will be sold out after this. So if you want to lock your spot in, then go ahead and do that. Just put your phone number in the chat right now, and then I will have someone follow up with you, and we will get that taken care of. So yeah, if you're in that spot where you can't get, can't get a transaction to go through right this moment, but you're in, you want to make this work, you need to transfer some funds or do whatever, then again, pop your phone number into the chat, and we will follow up with you and make sure that you're not left out, okay? All right, good. I see everybody doing that. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yep, just pop your best number in, and then we'll follow up, and we'll make sure that you, that you don't get locked out. All right, let's go back to questions. Okay. Awesome. And then I hope I don't mispronounce your name, but is it Preet? Preet. Let me know if I butchered that. Preet is in, all done, 25 deals, ready to go. Awesome. Okay. Oh, I said it right. Oh, fantastic. Good. Robert says, what is the process when it comes to closing the deal since they're already sold? Okay, so Robert, we'll have the person agreed and ready to go into the process and find out how much they're owed. At the end, Brian's team will get them to sign the contract. So you don't have to worry about like trying to convince them to sign the contract at the end. So they'll go all the way through the deal. They'll find out exactly how much money that they're owed, and then Brian's team will, quote unquote, close the deal and get the contract signed. So you don't have to do that part. What you have to do is help get the company excited and help get them through the doc collection process. And that's how you get the maximum commission, right? That's how, so you can, if the odds of the deal going through go up, and you get the maximum commission is by just following up by email, by phone, or however you can to help the company get through that document process. Cool. And then I think Brian's going to do some training on that to help teach you how to do that as well. Or Sid might be doing it. And so Frank is asking, do we have to split your commissions? No. So Frank, if you get in and you do not use this coupon code, right? So if you just go straight to the cart. So let's say we go here, we're going to go for a 25-pack monthly. And if you don't put in on the coupon code field team bill and you order, then you'll pay the full amount and they're all yours. You don't have to share anything with me. Okay, so if you just straight up go in, check out, buy the deal without the coupon code, it's your deals. There's no splitting, no sharing. They're 100% yours. Okay. Ed is asking for some training on cold calling. So I'll have to talk to Brian to see if he wants me to come back, and maybe that's up to Brian. Brian and Sid and the team, if they want me to come back and do more training on cold calling, I can, but it's up to them. Cool. So Roland's in. Awesome. Okay. Clayton is in. All right. A bunch of people holding spots. So Carrie is asking about, can I see the refer a deal percentage again? I'm doing some calculations. Do you mean my spreadsheet? Is that what you mean, Carrie? Let's pull up my spreadsheet. By the way, anybody want a copy of this? Do you guys want a copy of my spreadsheet? Then you can run, this might be useful, and you guys can actually adjust the numbers, like let's say you're seeing bigger numbers, right? So let's say that you come in and you're getting $9,000 per employee. You can see what those numbers look like. Or, or let's say that you're seeing where you're getting $11,000 per employee, but you're only getting a 15% commission. Right. You can run the numbers and project what it is. So, okay, lots of yeses. Okay, I will make arrangements with the team. So I'll talk to Brian and Sid and Vanessa after the call, and I'll get them a copy of this so they can share it with you. Okay? Cool. So yeah, I'll get you a copy of this, and so watch your email. So keep your eye out for an email. You know, it'll come from Brian and his team, and they'll get you a copy of it. Cool. All right. And then anybody, also there's some people asking about how they reach out to support. So our support link, if you need any help with that, is help@jobcrusher.com. Help@jobcrusher.com. It's not a link, it's an email. So just email, just pop open an email, and from wherever you're, you know, in Gmail or whatever, and email help@jobcrusher.com if you need any support. That's our support contact info. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so in helping get docs, so Edward is asking about how you get a higher commission by helping with documents. Okay, so there are a lot of ways to help with documents. Sometimes it's just following up alongside Brian's team, because Brian's team is going to be trying to collect documents. So if you also call them or email them, that is enough. You don't have to show up on location and you know, like actually get documents. So you can call them, you can email them, and you can just encourage them. You know, keep them excited, make sure that they keep going through the process so that they're not one of these people here that, you know, like on this section here where they disappear. You don't want them to disappear. You want them to get through documents fast, right? And there's a lot of ways to do that, but it's just communication and kind of a nice urging and helping them understand and get through the process. Okay. Myron is asking who's the best person to contact to get the docs through. Well, that would be the decision maker, right? That's also the beauty of the deals that you're getting from us, is we're getting you the decision maker. So that's the person who decides the whole thing, and they can arrange to get those docs. So they might have to go to their payroll person. They might have to go to their accounting person to finish and get those documents. But you'll be talking to the, you know, the person who decides that to move forward with the deal. And then they'll, you know, you can ask them on the phone. It's like, oh, okay, well, who takes care of your payroll documents? Just straight up ask them. When we transfer the deal to you, you know, you can tell them, okay, great, we've got the process started. We're going to need some documents from you. Who has your payroll documents? Right. Just ask them, and they'll tell you. Right? Hey, we're going to need some information on your company's income. Where do I get that from? And you can just straight up ask them. That's what we do. We just ask them, right? We get the deal. You know, we get them signed up, we get them submitted into Brian's system, and then we just start asking them questions. Who's got your payroll documents? You know, who can we get the financial information from? And then we follow up from there. Cool. Let's see. Looking for more questions. I think we're running up to, yeah, so Jane's asking for more clarification on exactly what is included in a deal. So if we go back to the page here, so what you'll want to do is just go to the page. So Corey, let's see, where did it go? James, so just go back to this page here, and you can see exactly what's included, okay? So we are transferring the deal to you at the point that they understand what ERTC is, and they're interested in finding out how much they're owed. And then we transfer the deal to you to actually get the deal submitted and get it closed, okay? Now, that's how that works. Cool. Awesome. Tony's in. Welcome, Tony. Susie, don't quite understand what you mean on that. Edward wants to know, can I buy more than one deal? Yes. So Edward, you can buy a lot of deals. So you could buy, we have 25 packs is our biggest package. So if you wanted to, you could buy multiple 25 packs. Although we might be running out. So yeah, so I don't actually know if you can buy multiple 25 packs. We might be getting close to being sold out, but get a 25 pack at the bare minimum. and you can try to buy more than one. But that would be my suggestion. You could buy multiple 25 packs. Let's see. So Ed is asking questions about how do we make sure a company is comfortable with all of this. So there are a lot of things that you can do, and I'm sure that there was training in the members area that Brian and Sid and Vanessa have provided you about how to help a company feel confident. But there's information from the IRS, from like the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. There's all these authoritative places that have talked about this program, news sites, government sites. So you can find some links to share with them if you'd like. That might be one way to do it. But refer to your training. I'm sure that they cover that in your training on how to make a company feel confident. And then that's often what we do is before we hand a deal to you, we're trying to make them confident. So when we hand a deal to you, we're trying to make them so that they feel confident and they're ready to go before they're ever sent to you. Okay. So Roland's asking, what if you already have your own leads? Well, you just keep working your own leads like you want to. So yeah, you can work your leads and do your own deals on top of what you do with us. So you don't have to only do our deals. You can do as many, if you're using email or you're using, doing your own outbound calling or however you're running ads, you can do your own thing to continue to generate your own leads and your own deals on top of what you do with us. Okay, it's not like exclusive. You're not locked in to only work with me. Cool. Okay, so I see a question here asking about the size of the deals. So we guarantee that each deal we send you will be a minimum of 5 employees, not counting family members or owners, right? So 5 employees outside of the family, right? That's what we're trying to get you. Now realize what we ask them is we say, hey, how many employees do you have not counting family members? So we just ask them that. And then it's whatever they tell us, right? So they'll say, oh, we have 10, right? So then I go, good, it's qualified. And then we pass that deal, okay? So what we do guarantee, it's a minimum of 5, okay? And it's a random, like we have so many deals flying through the sales floor or the telemarketing floor every day. It's just a random sampling. So it's going to be a minimum of 5, could be 10, could be 20, could be 50. We've had 100. We've actually sent to some of our agents, companies that have had 100 employees, but it'll be at least 5. Okay, Nicole is in. Awesome. Matthias says, thanks for offering this. You're welcome. Okay, Edward's in. Awesome. Welcome, Edward. Walter's in for a 12-pack. Awesome. Kathy's asking, once you're enrolled, what do we have to do? So we will reach out to you, Kathy. So you're going to be getting a phone call and an email, and we'll get you, we'll get you rolling. Okay, so we'll be onboarding you live on the phone to make sure that you understand how it works and you're all set up. Okay. So Carrie's asking, how do you make sure that, okay, so Carrie, is asking about if you do the team bill where you split the deal with me. So there's a little bit of trust involved there, right? So you trust me, obviously, to get one of these deals, and I have to trust you, and we're going to have a special link for you. I won't get into details now, but I'll explain it to you afterwards when you get through the onboarding. But it's a little bit of trust, okay? You're trusting me, so I'm going to trust you. And, we kind of have a handshake deal here that we're going to be splitting that commission 50-50. I'll explain to you how you track it. I'll explain to you how we track it. But frankly, I'm putting my trust in you. So if you're grabbing a team bill deal, then, I'm just trusting that you're going to work with me and be fair, just like I'm going to be with you. Okay, cool. Awesome. So Stuart's doing some cool stuff doing B2B contact. That's awesome. Thanks, Stuart. Preston is asking, is Brian and team going to train them on closing deals? Yes. Well, the beauty is you don't have to close deals, though, Preston. So all you have to do is get them into the process. You want the company to be excited about learning how much money they can claim and interested in doing a claim. All you got to do. You can help them get docs, right? You can help them understand and get their docs submitted, but you don't have to close the deal. So the beauty of the Brian and their system is that once they know how much money a company is owed, they get them to sign the contract, not you. You don't have to do a, quote unquote close. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so Rebecca's saying, so we only deal with companies that have a minimum of 5 W-2s. Yes, that is right. So if a company has under 5 W-2s, we don't work with them. And I don't think, I think Brian's whole system is set up also the same way. So it's 5 or more. That's where we find out it's kind of like where it becomes worth, pursuing and going through the whole process.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
This is Nicole. Let me backtrack you on that one. We'll go down as low as 3 W-2s.
Oh, you will? Okay, I did not know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for the clarification. And so there you go, everybody. Right straight from the source. You can submit deals as low as 3 W-2s, but the deals I'm going to give you will be at least 5. Okay, so I will give you 5 W-2s or more. Okay, so James is having an issue putting his team bill code in. So James, pop your phone number into the chat and I'll have someone follow up with you. Cool. Let's see. Lots of people excited to get started. More people asking for me to come back and give cold calling training and scripts and stuff. So, yeah, well, I'll talk to Brian. It's up to the team, right? It would be cool. I'd love to come back, but this is not my house, right? I've been invited here, so I'll talk to Brian and see. But that would be cool. I wouldn't mind doing that. Okay, James is asking, are the companies that we find for you near you, or does it matter? No, they're all over the place. So all over the United States anyway. So we find companies in all the places where they're eligible to claim the money. And that's where, those are the deals we send you. They don't have to be in your backyard. Right? And this is also why it could be great for some of you who are overseas, because this is a way to get us to send you U.S. companies that, even though you may not live here. Okay. How soon can we start getting leads? Is a question from Matthias. So you get signed up, you got to be onboarded, and I would say within 3 business days, you should be able to get leads. Okay, let's see. So a question about if you're not purchasing deals from me, how do you get leads and how do you make this work? Well, there's a ton of training that that Brian and team has provided that you have access to in your members area. And so I was at Nicole, who came on earlier. I don't know if you're still there, Nicole.
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, so they've got a members area that helps them find leads too, right? They can just follow the training.
Yes. Mm-hmm. At the members area for the field agents is ertc.team. When they sign up, they get access.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Now I think we've answered all the questions. So let's see, what time is it anyway? Time flies when you're having fun, right? As they say. Okay. Oh, wow. We've been here a while. Okay. So, all right. Well, I don't want to keep hogging up everybody's time. And so we're going to be wrapping everything up. So we'll do a final round of questions. And then I will share my spreadsheet with Brian's team, and they'll get it over to, I'll let them figure out how they're going to get it to you, but I'll make a copy of it and I'll give it to the team, and they'll pass it on to you. And then, last round of questions, and then we're going to wrap it up today. Here's a question that I think I know the answer to. I'm not the final authority, but can a private university be qualified? I am almost positive that they can. I know nonprofits can be qualified. I've seen some people do some really cool stuff helping, like churches, for example, that they're running around finding churches and helping them claim their money. That's pretty cool. Also, I've seen, even in my own deals, I've seen several nonprofits go through. So I think a university, I think they would qualify. Almost positive. Cool. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, Mark is asking for me to resend the link. I'll pop it out one last time. Send that to everyone. There we go. Let's see. Some questions about when you get paid. So there's a lot. This is again since it's not my company, but I'll tell you my experience. So it depends on when the deal closes, the contract gets signed. There's a lot of ways that a company can pay. If they want to save a bunch of money, they pay up front, and then you get paid earlier. If they want to defer and pay later, then you might not get paid for a while. So it varies quite a lot. So Steve, yeah, so we will transfer. Steve is asking a little bit more about how the process works, how the lead gets passed to you guys and how it gets in the system, okay? So we're going to pass the lead to you live. So while they're on the phone, we're going to hand you off that lead on a hot transfer. They'll call you. We're going to call you and hot transfer that lead to you. There'll be an agent on the line who will say, hey, Steve, I have a lead for you. Hold on one moment. And then, boom, they connect you with the lead, and it's over to you. And then you submit it in the system while you're on the phone with that lead. Okay. Okay. Oh, a lot of good feedback on the training. So today, I hope I was helpful, by the way. So I know, you know, I had something that I was pitching, and but it wasn't my goal to like be a hard salesman today. I was really here mostly to provide value. So I hope that going over the numbers and kind of sharing my insight from, you know, I'm an agent alongside you guys. So you and I are side by side doing this together. So I hope today was useful for you. So beyond the fact that you joined, many of you joined, thank you for joining and being part of it. And so that's awesome. I'm glad you joined. But even if you didn't, I hope this was helpful to you. It was my goal to be as helpful for everyone as I could be. And then we'll see. We'll see if you guys can twist Brian's arm to have me come back. We'll see. But yeah, if they want me back, I'll come back and do some training on my cold calling, my cold calling strategies and scripts and things like that. And then one thing I want to let you know too, this will be the last call. So if you are trying to get in and your card is declining, or you need to transfer funds, or you need to go talk to your spouse or your business partner, and you haven't been able to get in, we're going to be wrapping up. So if that's you, put your phone number into the chat right now before we close down, and I will have someone follow up with you so that you don't get left out, okay? And I think that's the final. Any other questions? Let's see. Yeah, it's hard for me to see the questions over there, and they're moving kind of fast. So I do apologize if I missed your question. But if you do need support from us, again, our support email is help@jobcrusher.com. That's how you can get through to me. And this will be the final call. So head on over to that link, and it was at jobcrusher.com/ERTC deals. Jobcrusher.com/ERTC deals. Our final call. I'm almost certain that once I wrap up today, I'm going to go look at the cart. I'm going to have to shut the offer down. I am almost certain we've sold out. So at that point, at that point you won't be able. If you see a sold out message, you'll know what happened. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's see what else. I think that is it. All right. Well, on that front, let me just do this. Let's do that. Okay. And okay, oh, more requests to have me come back. Okay, awesome. Well, do me a favor and next time you see Brian or Sid, let them know you want to have me back. And then I'm more than happy to come back. But again, it's their house. I'm an invited guest. And so if they want to invite me back, I'll be happy to be here. And yeah, I can share any of the insights into how we're doing our marketing. I can share how we're doing our, the scripts and methods we're using for our cold calling. Be happy to just, be wide open and transparent, let you guys know what's working for me. So just let them know that you want me back. And let's see. I think that's it. And although the screen looks frozen, it looks like it froze up for me for a second.
Can y'all hear me now?
Hey, I hear you now.
Hey, sorry, I was trying to jump in and my microphone wasn't picking up. I wanted to let you know I'll absolutely let Brian know that everybody enjoyed having you here and that we want you back.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm glad to be here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in with me. And on that note, I guess we'll wrap it up.
Thank you so much for coming today, Bill. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll see you soon.
Definitely will.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.